So I guess the general audiences are compare this movie to Suicide Squad, where like a bunch of bad people are put into a team together and must save the day against a greater enemy, like Suicide Squad, right? Yeah. Well, in my opinion, I think the Marvel Universe did it better once again. Thunderbolts stars Florence Pugh and is about an unconventional team of antiheroes must embark on a dangerous mission that will force them to confront the darkest corners of their past. From director Jake Schreier, sorry if I said your last name wrong, he directed the Netflix show Beef, and now he's directing the brand new Marvel movie Thunderbolts. So, like everyone, I thought Captain America Brave New World was very meh, kind of bad, very forgettable, and the Marvel Universe, honestly, is just, it's not what it used to be. I did watch Daredevil, and I thought it was okay, but extremely disappointing to what it can be. But watching Thunderbolts today, those trailers won me over. I was like, okay, they've won me over. The A24 style trailer, that won me over. I was like, okay, this could feel something different. I'm hoping, or is it another Marvel movie puzzle piece leading up to Doomsday? I'm here to tell you Thunderbolts is not that. Thunderbolts is a really solid movie. Yeah, it's a superhero movie, but I'm telling you, first and foremost, this is a good movie. Seriously, I am genuinely shocked how much I really enjoyed Thunderbolts. Now, is it like the best one since Avengers Endgame, which consists of like No Way Home, Guardians 3? Me personally, no. I like those movies more, even Wakanda Forever. But this movie, to where the Marvel Universe is at right now, this is, in my opinion, what we needed. This felt like a fresh of air. Like, this felt like we needed it as Marvel fans. So, getting straight into the positives, the look of this movie. So, a lot of people complain online, and I agree with them. A lot of the Marvel movies have the same general cinematography. They have the general same look. This movie actually has really beautiful shots, really good cinematography, really good shadowing. This movie just looks dark and grittier, and it just looks so much better than the previous 5 Marvel movies. It looks so good. It genuinely, the cinematographer of this movie did a fantastic job. The director of this movie felt like a project where there was one director, one mind, we're telling a story. This felt like a Marvel movie in the MCU universe, but it is a character study of our Thunderbolts. It is about Florence Pugh's Yelena as our main character. This felt like a general, straightforward story with creative decision-making in its storytelling, and is also a fun action superhero movie that you're coming for. That is the perfect balance. That is what fans, general audiences need. We want good stories, good characters, a good time, and obviously connect it to the universe of the MCU. This movie felt like, hey, we're not a puzzle piece to another movie coming out in 4 years. This felt like a movie with actual characters and little Easter eggs and things from the universe that's so gigantic that you can't make a movie nowadays in the MCU without at least giving us like, hey, this stuff affected this. Like, Brave New World came out in February. That is referenced in this movie. Like, that is good connection worth. I like those little things, but you don't have to see that movie to watch this movie. Like I said, Florence Pugh's Yelena, amazing character artwork. I mean, seriously, the character arc that she goes on this movie is fantastic. I love what they did with Yelena in this movie. Florence Pugh is a superstar. We already knew that. She's great. This movie, in reality, is about depression and loneliness. Would you think I'd be saying that for a Marvel movie? Like, this movie has adult themes. This movie's rich in themes of depression and what she's going through. I absolutely I love that. Like, I loved that a Marvel movie said, hey, we're not just going to focus on bad guy save the day. There is more to this movie with character work. Thank you. That was so refreshing. We had Ava from, I think she was in from Ant-Man 2. I liked her a lot in this movie. I wish she felt like the one, like the characters in the Thunderbolts that was kind of got an outside person, but like she felt good in this group. We had David Harper, John Walker, Wyatt Russell as him. Like, all of these characters come together, and they're all not good people, and they all work together very well. The dynamic they are in the very beginning in this movie, how they come together and how they have to work together, it flew really good. Like, I really liked the flow of that. And then, obviously, without getting into spoilers, the character of Bob, who is obviously Louis Pullman, a new character, I don't know how much you guys who watch this review know about what his relation is with Sentry. I can't really say. I mean, if you've seen the trailers, you can kind of see what Sentry is and Bob is. I don't really want to spoil it, but I will say I really loved his character. He's the character that actually brings in the darkness, the depression, story that feels so creative in this third act, that it just felt so cool seeing something so different for a Marvel movie and having our Thunderbolts be the ones to save the day. They do a good job of like, hey, these people aren't good people and they're not superheroes, but they're here to save New York. And from what I can say, without spoiling it, I can tell that there is a lot of setup for what Bob is going to be in the next few projects if they continue on with his character, which I'm assuming they will. But overall, I think the Thunderbolts' actual story arc and character arcs with Yelena, David Harper, Wyatt Russell, Ava, all these characters get their moment to shine. Don't expect anything from Taskmaster. Just don't. That's all I'm going to say. If you're there for Taskmaster, that's all I'm going to say. And now more into my negatives, I will say Julie Louis-Dreyfus, I thought her character was good, but her character was supposed to be our bad guy in this movie, and she's too much like comedy. Like, she has too many lines of just pure comedy that isn't needed. There's a few times in this movie where the comedy isn't needed, but then there's a few times where the comedy works. A lot from David Harper. But there's one scene in an elevator shaft. I thought that was very funny. It was very clever dialogue and just physical comedy. Like, I like that kind of stuff. I also will say, in my negative, again, I can't really get into spoilers, dealing with the Bob character and what he's going through, there is something that changes, that happens in this movie, where he gets a little bit of an upgrade. It felt a little rushed to me, I will say. It felt really rushed. But there's a lot of stuff going on in this movie, but that felt pretty rushed in my opinion. And like when you have like when Bucky joins the group, like he's not in the movie a whole bunch, but when he joins the group, he's part of the Thunderbolts. The thing is, this Thunderbolts group, which consists of Bucky and David Harper, who aren't in the very beginning of this movie, but when you get to the end of our movie, without spoiling it, the last 3 minutes felt so rushed. And I'm talking about like what they're setting up at the very end of this movie for future projects. This seems very important, but I felt it was so out of left field, rushed, and it's like, hey, Kevin Feige, we need these characters to be at this point by the end of this movie. Oh yeah, we can do that in the last 3 minutes of the movie. It felt so rushed, and then it just ends. And I was like, I didn't feel that coming together. Like, they hinted at in the very beginning about like, hey, like this character wants to do this and move on to here. And at the very end, they're like, oh yeah, this is why this movie was made. And, you know, I just wish it was a little more developed. But either way, this was a good movie. They had good action. I loved a lot of the character work from everybody, especially Yelena with Florence Pugh. I really liked Bob. I liked what they did with him. I wish they developed a little more of when he gets upgraded and the Sentry dynamic, all that kind of stuff. Julie Louis-Dreyfus, again, I felt like just wasn't the perfect like person to make Sentry happen. Again, like, without spoiling it, because I don't know how people react to trailers and whatever. But either way, Thunderbolts for the Marvel Universe is what we needed right now. It felt refreshing. It felt creative. It felt like an actual director was in there making his movie, and I had a good time. I'm going to give Thunderbolts a B+. And to let everybody know, there is 2 post-credit scenes. There's one in the middle and one at the very end. The one in the middle is a joke. The one at the very end, I saw a few people, actually quite a few people on Twitter say the end credit scene is one of the best end credit scenes they've seen in the Marvel Universe. It's going to blow people's mind. I disagree, like, a lot. Like, I disagree a lot. Was it cool? It's like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. That makes sense. But, like, I didn't jump out of my seat. There was a few people in my theater that went, oh, like that. But, like, for me personally, some people have hyped up that end credit scene. I would lower your expectations just a little bit. I really didn't think it was that big. It's definitely not my favorite end credits, post-credit scene. Like, there's way bigger ones out there. But people seem to be freaking out over it. To me, it's like, okay, that makes sense, also kind of reveals a little something for a very soon project. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy this movie review, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.